All right, so the next thing we need to do is we need to lay out actually what our bricks are going to be. So we need to put in our mortar lines. Uh, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out, again, I'm going to give myself a baseline across here that corresponds with that line in the material. So I'm measuring from the same point. I'm going to give myself a mark every inch across the bottom. In this case, what I'm going to do is a 2-inch brick. Um, but the way that brick gets its strength is by having an offset stacked pattern. And that offset is sometimes center, sometimes it's not quite center. It depends on how your mason is actually chosen to lay the brick. So, but in this case, we're going to do a centered. So, for a 2-inch brick, we need a 1-inch mark top and bottom all the way across. Make sure you start at the same side because this doesn't come out to an even inch. So you don't want to have one set of lines on the top and another on the bottom. They'll come crossways of each other. And then I'm going to go with a 3/4 inch tall brick. So we're going to go, we're going to start, I'm starting at the top and measuring down. So 3/4, 1.5 inches, 2.25, 3, 3 3/4, 4.5, and then the last one will be whatever your remainder is. I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to go to 3/4, 1.5 inches, 2.25, 3, 3 3/4, 4.5, and then the last one will be whatever's left. So normally you wouldn't line this out before you draw it. Normally what you do is you just put your marks on there, you use your paint stick to lay out your lines, because to draw them in is kind of redundant. But what I'm going to suggest here is just draw a very, very light line where all of these are going to be. This is going to help you avoid some of the typical layout pitfalls of this. So your horizontal lines go all the way across. Those are going to be consistent from one end to the other. The courses of bricks going horizontal are um, are the same. So you're going to get your horizontal lines laid out, and then the verticals you skip every other line. So here I'm going to put my ruler down. I'm going to match up these two lines, and I'm going to do the top row, skip the second, do the third, skip the fourth, do the fifth, skip the sixth, do the seventh. Okay, so that's where my mortar is going to go. I don't know if you can actually see that, but you'll get the idea. Then the next one, I'm going to alternate that. So the next one, I'm going to do the second, and then I'm going to do the fourth, and then the sixth. And so it's just odds and evens going along here. I have rarely put together brick without at some point screwing up this pattern, because you just end up doing this a whole lot. So it's easy to make that mistake, but you should be able to see once you're done with it. I'll try to hold this where the camera can see it a little better. Okay, that seems to be good. You can see we're starting to get that brick layout, that off-center thing. So once you go ahead and get all your lines on, get whatever references in here you feel you need to put in, and then we'll take it from there.